So topic 2 that I forgot I had to do actually. So it's late and I'm gonna do it now. So my thoughts are not together, but I'm gonna try to do this. I am spanking, corporal punishment. I myself was not spanked. I'm the youngest of 5, so my brothers pretty much, whenever I acted up, my parents never had to spank me, I guess, because I always just saw how my brothers got punished, so I never even bothered, or I just got away with it. But I was little. I don't remember, honestly, but I do know that I don't remember ever actually getting a spanking. I was grounded a lot, but I was never actually hit that I remember. But I got 3 kids of my own. They're small, 5, 3, and 2, and I don't spank them, but if they do something really, really bad, I do like give them a little pop on the butt. But they get timeouts and they get yelled at a lot, but I don't believe that hitting, it doesn't work in my opinion. I just believe that if you can't talk to your child, if you can't make them understand what they did wrong, they're not actually learning anything. Hitting them, it just makes them scared of you. They'll know that there's a consequence. Okay, if I do this again, I'm going to get in trouble for it. But it's not teaching them anything. It's not going to teach them when they get older. If it's not, my parents hitting me, it's going to be, getting arrested getting arrested and going to jail, or getting suspended from school, or anything, depending on what age they are, they're gonna get in trouble for it. See, my youngest. Hi. But spanking doesn't have to be harsh. It doesn't even have to be, I don't know. It doesn't have to be, a bad lesson. It could just be parents don't know how to talk to their child, maybe. Like, they don't understand it. It could be they were hit when they were little, and that's the only way that they do know how to discipline. Because I was never hit. My husband, I think, when he was younger, I think his mom spanked his brothers. She's one of the oldest out of 6, and she's a single mom. He did have a stepdad, but he was older by the time the stepdad came into the picture. But I do think that I think he spanked the boys, especially the older ones. I don't think she spanked the younger ones too much because they were the older brothers. So I think a lot of parents kind of instill that into the older children if they know they're going to have more, and then they expect the older kids to kind of help them discipline the younger siblings. But spanking in general doesn't teach them. It's not, you have to talk to your kids. They're smart enough, depending how old they are. They can understand. But if you can spank your child for doing something wrong, then they're going to be old enough for you to talk to them and explain to them what they did wrong. My oldest is 5, and I've been talking to him since practically he was 2, when he just first started talking. Yes, he does get spankings on the butt, like I said, if he does something really bad, but for the most part, I talk to him. He gets time out a lot, like how I was grounded a lot, but that's how I was raised. Spanking, to my growing up, in my mind, it doesn't work. It doesn't teach anything. It makes your child afraid of you. It won't teach them respect. So, I don't think spanking works like that. I think that talking, I just think talking would be the best way. I don't want my kids to be afraid of me. I don't want them to grow up and think anyone in power, anyone who has authority or is their boss, it's always going to lead to a fight. It's always going to lead to a pain. It doesn't have to be like that. Communication has to be the key in raising children. It has to be the key to how they are as an adult. If you raise your child to be aggressive and to flinch or to fight back every time they do something wrong, or every time someone else does something wrong, that they feel that they have to correct them, if they're the ones in authority, that they feel that they have to hit someone or do like the most severe of punishments, they're not going to have a good life. It's not going to be good for anyone in that sense. So I believe in moderation. There's levels to it. Full on whipping, like go outside, go grab me a switch and come in here and get your butt whooped, no. Hell no. I don't believe in that. My husband had that. I do remember him telling me that. My husband had that. My oldest brothers had that. I don't believe in that. I think that's rough. It's not right. Your children don't learn from it. My brothers said they remember the pain, but they don't remember why they were getting hit. So that, I don't think that's gonna help at all. You gotta teach them what they did wrong and why they shouldn't do that and what's expected out of them. You gotta tell them, you know, when you're in class, if you're talking, when the teacher's talking and you're being disruptive, that's not cool. You can't do that, because then you're not learning anything. You're making your teacher's job harder. You can't be like, you gotta be able to teach them right from wrong without having them to be afraid of knowing what's right and wrong. So, bless you. Yeah, I believe more in communication and talking to people than having a fight. So, spanking in moderation, a little pop in the butt if you know it really deserves something bad, like a talking and a timeout is not going to work, or do all three. You need a spanking, you need a talking, and you're going to get timeout. All three. If that's the lesson that they got to learn, you know, what you just did was really, really bad, you need to learn that this is not okay, then that's okay. But don't, man, in general, just don't put hands on your kids. Don't put your hands on your children. No. Children, they don't know any better. If you're not teaching them, nobody's going to teach them. They can't just go out and observe everything. It don't work like that. You got to be a parent. You got to teach them. You know, it can't always be teachers. It can't always be their friends' parents, or their aunties or grandmas, or nothing like that. It's got to come from their parents. That's who they look up to. They look up to their parents. So I don't think parents should put their hands on their children. They need to talk to them, teach them what's right and what's wrong, how to be a grown woman, how to be a grown man. Yeah, they're little, but they remember that. Over time, you know, doing it, they learn this, they see this. And then you won't have to keep repeating them. You can just give them a look. They know that look, and then they stop. Because they know, like, all right, if I keep going down this way, it ain't going to be good for me. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, my thoughts are not all together on this, but you know, at the moment, that's how it is for me. So, yeah.